Hey everyone, it's Karen. Thanks for being here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for subscribing and commenting and liking and just for being here. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Karen. I am a low-income biweekly budgeter, cash envelope stuffer. So if those are things you are interested in, I hope you enjoy this video and consider subscribing to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be walking through how I set up my month ahead envelope, and I recently posted a how-to video on how to make your own cash envelopes. I'll link it up here for you if you're interested in that one. And then I also went ahead in my video, I didn't hole punch it, but I went ahead and hole punched a little notch right here. And then I also made this tracker for my month ahead goal. So this is just going to sit right in here for now. And there is an announcement that's coming soon to my channel, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, you should be. And then also go ahead and click the little bell icon so you'll be notified when that video uploads. But there is an announcement coming in regards to this and other things. So I'm just gonna put this in here for now and set it aside. A month ahead, a lot of people say that you should be debt-free and that you should have already an emergency fund set aside. And then once you are debt-free and once you do have an emergency fund, then you are in a good position to start planning for your month ahead. But I'm not gonna do that. A month ahead fund is something that I've been thinking about, something that I've been wanting to start, and I do have an emergency fund already set up. I do have that. I am a month ahead on my mortgage, and I'm also in my emergency fund. I also have $1,030 already set up in my emergency fund. So I think I'm in a good position to start planning for my month ahead, which are only gonna be my bills. I think we'll work through it together, but I'm going to plan for my emergency fund, even though I still have a little bit of debt that I need to pay off. So I'm gonna just walk you through how I do that. Let's see where to start. Okay, so this is my happy planner. I don't know if you guys are happy planners or if you're planners in general or if you are just budgeters, but I feel like planning is something that would also be something that a budgeter person would be likely to do, because budgeting really is planning for your, your upcoming expenses. So anyways, this is my planner, and this was from July of 21 all the way through the end of 2022. And so on my monthly pages is where I would track my bills and when they're due, because in order to get a month ahead, let me move this to the middle. In order to get a month ahead, you need to know what your bills are. Otherwise, you don't know what you're planning for. So when I started planning back in 2021, I wasn't budgeting. This was the extent of my budgeting, knowing when my bills were due and when to pay them, because I got paid on the 15th and on the last day of every month. So it was easy for me to look at my paydays and see when they were in relation to my bills. So that is why I was tracking them on my monthly spread. But it also came in handy because then I was able to get an average, my gas, water, my trash, my Edison bill down here. I don't know if you could see that. My Edison bill down here. Everything I had made a note of how much it was. So I did that from the last half of 21 all the way through 22. These are all my bills. July, I would track my bills, my birthdays, and any other important things that were coming up for the month. But yeah, this is very helpful. If you don't do this, then probably the next best way is to go through your bank statements and figure out probably your last 12 bank statements. Starting this year in March, I was doing my monthly spread of when my bills were due, but not necessarily the amount, because again, my bills that were due, because I was tracking the amounts back here. So for 2022, I went back through all of these months, starting in January of 2022. Put it there. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Okay, so I started in January of 2022. I went through the whole year and I wrote down for each month how much my gas was in January, in February, in March, in April. I went down through the whole thing. And the same with my water bill, the same with my trash, which is paid every other month, my internet, my cell phone bill, my electric bill. So this is how much money, this is how much my Edison or my electricity bill was for the whole year. So you can kind of see, well, this towards the end of the year, because the summer months are really bad for us here in California. So I was making payments on my Edison bill towards the end of the month, or towards the end of the year. So, but it's a good way to see how your utilities fluctuate and where you can cut back, maybe. Maybe don't run your heater so much in the winter if your gas bill is really high, or don't run your electricity, your air conditioner in the summer 24/7 if your electric bill is high. So this is a good way to track your expenses. And then I'm doing the same thing for 2023. So I haven't paid any bills yet for September. Today is, what is today? Oh, today is the 4th. So this video, I'm filming it on Monday. I think it's gonna go live on Wednesday. So I haven't paid any bills yet. But this is where I'm tracking everything. And then there's also, I left myself a little notes area. I created this on like an Excel spreadsheet. And then I left myself a little note area down here, just so that I can make note, like in August, our water bill was really high. So I just made a note that it was because we had to refill our pool. So this is where I'm going to be pulling my numbers from. Again, in August, our electric bill was really high. Our total expenses, our total bills for the month were close to $1,000. Well, not close to, but I tend to round up most of the time. But anyways, they're right around $900 to $1,000. So what I'm going to do to start on my month ahead is I'm going to take this amount roughly, because my monthly bills are not always going to be $918. I think the average, let's see, plus 476, plus 453, plus 456, plus 546, plus 538, plus 712, plus 918 equals, divided by 8 months. So roughly my bills, the average of my monthly expenses are $586, roughly. I do know that my charter bill is going up this month in September. I think it's going to be $120 or $140. I'm not sure, but I know that one's going up. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to set aside, or I'm going to try to set aside this much plus groceries. That way I can be sure that I have enough plus a little bit extra. So I'm probably going to do, I've been budgeting $400 every pay cycle, roughly. $400 to $350. So I think I'm gonna try to do, we'll just average $600 for groceries for the month, plus $800. So that's what, $1,400. And again, this is just how I'm working through it. You set aside however much you think you're going to need to be 1 month ahead. Like I said, I already have a month ahead in my mortgage, so I don't have to plan for that. But that might be something you want to consider rolling into your month ahead fund. And I'm not calculating my Visa bill or my credit card or my Cricut membership. Those things are not like urgently needed, right? If I get behind on my credit card bill because I don't have a job and I can't afford to pay it, then oh well. But if you want to wrap all your credit card debt into your month ahead fund, then you do you. But like I said, there's a lot of people out there who recommend that you don't have any debt at all before you start a month ahead fund. So if that's the case, then don't worry about it. If you don't have any credit card debt, all the better for you. So anyways, I'm going to try to set aside $1,400 to be a month ahead on my bills. And so I'm going to get out my little tracker here. And this is something that I created. There's 50 icons, and then you would divide the amount that you want to save. So like for me, I want to try to save $1,400. So my goal is going to be $1,400. And so 1,400 divided by 50 icons is $28. So each icon is $28. So for me, while I'm budgeting and setting money aside for it, rather than have to pull a 20, a 5, and 3 ones, I'm just going to put this to 30. I'm just going to make it an even 30. So each icon will be $30. That way I can just pull a 10 and a 20 and not have to mess with any ones. So this is where I'm going to start. So I'll be 1 month ahead once all of these are finished. So now, just so you know, I get paid, sorry if the camera's shaking, I bumped my desk. I get paid bi-weekly. So I get 26 checks per year. There are 50 icons. If I only stuff $30 per paycheck, it's gonna take me almost 2 years to get a month ahead, which sounds like a long time, but hopefully there's going to come a time here and there where I will be able to stuff more than $30, but this is the minimum amount. So for example, if I have 1 month, I can stuff $90, then I'll be able to color in 3 icons, or not 1 month, but 1 paycheck. I have $90. Then I can color in 3 icons. So just because there's 50 icons doesn't mean that it's only 1 icon per paycheck for you. Stuff it however often you want. If you can't swing it every paycheck, then do 1 paycheck a month, depending on how your budget is. But this is where I'm going to start. And I have added, I'm just going to stick it in here for now. And I have added a line item to my budget that I'm going to be doing soon. I get paid on Friday, so I'm going to be doing a budget with me soon. So I have added a line item right here for a month ahead, right here under my savings for a month ahead. So this is something that I'm going to try to diligently stuff. Even though I still have credit card debt, I want to start putting money into this month ahead. Even if it's only $30. So that's that line item. And then I did another envelope for blessing, and that's in another, I think that's in my my video of how to make your own cash envelopes, because I made that one while I was making the month ahead. So anyways, that is it for today. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Oh, I do have another question for you. Okay, so this tracker is this way, right? But I have some, like my savings challenge, that's more of a landscape direction. Which do you prefer? Let me take this out. Which do you prefer on your trackers? Do you do savings trackers? I guess I should ask you that first of all, if you do savings trackers, and then if you do you prefer the landscape or do you prefer the portrait? Because I think sometimes, right, as you're stuffing your envelopes, because everybody goes like this, fashion, and not necessarily like this when they're stuffing their envelopes. But when you pull the money out, it's gonna be this way. It's gonna be portrait, right? So like if you had, let's see, if you had $5 in your envelope and you're pulling the money out, it's gonna be the same, you know, like this. Or, I know I'm getting into the weeds here. Or if you pull the money out this way, it's still your tracker and then you count. Or do you prefer your tracker to be this way? I don't know, I'm just wondering, just curious how you prefer it, because I kind of like both. I like to see this, but then if you have it in like pattern paper like I do, then you don't even see it. But if you have it in vellum, like this one, then you would see it. So I don't know, just wondering how you prefer your trackers, landscape or portrait. So anyways, that is it for today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you like this video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys all next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.